are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian.
I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
Blue Note. Batting report. Hello, how are you? All by myself. I have to be all by myself. Justin's at the game tonight, so I'm all by myself. I'm sorry, I had to do that. I thought it was kind of cool. Looks like Wendy's going to be doing the game between the Blackhawks and the Sabres to see who gets a better draft pick. I think they're almost locked into their pick. Not completely locked in, but almost locked in. Kovserson versus Hoffer. Joel Hoffer. Nope, try. Chocolate chip cookie in between the cheek and gum. Just the pinch is not always that great. Sorry about that. Justin Hoffer has basically made himself we are officially locked in with the second best odds for a third year in a row. That's not something to be proud of. Of course they are. I don't know, Kevin. I don't understand that statement. Why do you think Bettman? I mean, I get people think that the NHL wants the Blackhawks to be good, but they're not. The Blackhawks obviously have some management problems, right? I'll put this. Wendy, if you're listening, I want you to think about this. What would you think of? Let's say you guys got the second or third overall pick, right? Would you take the Blues, say sixth overall pick, and Kyrou for that? I don't know how much time you got before your show, Wendy. I don't have my thing up. They're up. They're like a half hour behind us, so probably not enough time. Being last for so many years is a bad sign. Hey, how you doing? Bettman loves the Hawks as much as Per McGuire does. I don't agree with that, Kev. All right. I don't know, because if he did, okay, well, here we go. I didn't expect this to happen. Wendy, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, just getting ready for my live stream.
Yep. Well, I got mine going on. So did you hear my question?
No, I was hopping in your stream when you were starting.
Here's my question. Let's say you get the second or third overall pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you trade that pick for the Blues, say, sixth or seventh overall pick and Jordan Kyrou?
I would trade it for both your first round picks from the Detroit one and St. Louis one. It's
too much.
Second is worth more than your two firsts.
Not that high. I would if
it is.
Hold on.
It is.
If you wanted the two first, I'd give you the 6th and the 29th to 32nd, which the Colorado pick. I would not give up. I would not. That pick, for me, the Red Wings pick at 15, 16, wherever it's going to be, 14, 15, 16, is way more valuable to me as a Blues fan than the other two picks. Because and the reason I say this, I don't mean to jump on, because the reason I say this is we've done so good at finding really good talent in that spot.
But you guys won't have the same GM anymore. Armstrong's done. You have to say it. He's not your GM anymore.
He's doing the draft this year.
He won't be, really. He's not your guys' true GM anymore. It's going to be final say by Steen.
Yeah, but you're just the GM doesn't take out all the scouting that goes into this, right? The Blue scouting department is the reason that we've been so good in that area, not just the GM.
I am just saying it. This pick the Hawks have, if they get the second overall pick again, it's going to be costing a team like, for instance, if it was St. Louis, both those higher draft picks they have in the first round.
Wouldn't Kyrou be, especially
no, definitely not.
Getting a guy locked in for the next 6 years, at what a lot of people, when it was trade time, I heard team friendly contract, a friendly contract.
Kyrou doesn't fit what the Hawks need.
30 goal guy.
So what? It doesn't fit the Hawks need.
How does he not fit the Hawks need? It seems to me that's exactly what Bedard needs.
The Hawks have what Bedard already is looking at. If you look at where the Hawks have their system now, it's more so they're trying to fill in more in center versus the wing. Kyrou does not fit the need that Bedard. For Bedard, he's not that type of player for Bedard.
I'm not going to completely agree with you, but I think it's a decent. It's something to throw out there, because honestly, I want Stenberg at that number 2 spot.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think Stenberg helps your team out, especially
he does.
He's not going to play next year.
Okay. The Hawks will also be having more key players coming up the next season. Stenberg will come in at the end of the season like Anton Frundell did, who we drafted 3rd overall, who's tonight playing his 11th game in the NHL, already with 9 points in the league.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out. Let's.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If the Hawks trade down, is if they end up moving down either to 3rd or 4th overall. They're not trading out of the top 2.
I don't know. I think that they would.
The only way I see them trading out of the top 2 is if they get a bona fide center with some grit, like a Kachuk, something, and that type of. No, I'm not saying like they'll go after Brady Kachuk. I'm just saying a player with that kind of attribute.
Brady Kachuk is that pick. Yeah, I mean, in fact, if you were to get Brady Kachuk, you not only would be giving up that pick, you'd be giving up a lot more. I think you'd be giving up 2 to 3 more pieces.
We have the draft capital to do it.
I don't think it would be draft. I think it would be prospects.
We have the prospect pool to do it. We have the number 1 ranked pool in the league.
Did I miss Wendy glazing the Blackhawks? Hey,
I'm really not glazing. I'm saying more so, am I upset the Hawks are in the same position they are for the last 3 years? Yes. Why? It's because what happened back in December when Nazar and Bedard both went down, the Hawks were still in a playoff spot at that point in the season. When they went down, the injuries occurred. the Hawks started to fall apart and went on a almost 11-game losing streak, costing them their season right there.
Yeah.
If they did not get injured, I will be saying it right. I've been saying it. They're in the same position as the San Jose Sharks, where they were battling for a wild card in the final week of the season.
I could see that. I could
We're
see that.
built like the Sharks. We match up well against the Sharks this year. And Bedard, at the point when he was injured, he had more points than Celebrini.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if Lance is here. I said that Snuggerud would probably end up 5th in the Calder run. And I got told that he wouldn't get any votes at all. And I saw something on NHL.com where the writers voted, and Snugard ended up with 11 votes for 5th place. Did you see that?
No, I haven't.
I mean, I can see that. I can see Snuggerud. I say Snuggerud being 5th. I could see him maybe sneaking into 4th, but not completely. If he gets goals in his next 3 games, I think he could sneak into 4th. I don't think he's going to be a top 3, but I think he could sneak into 4th. I saw it on X. I want to say I saw it on X, and I don't have my X up here.
We all know who's winning the Calder. It's been locked up for the last 2.5 months already, and that's going to be Matthew Schaefer.
Oh,
and then Ivan Demidov, and probably Demidov will come in second with probably the Canadians goalie. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find this post from earlier today. I want to say, oh, here it is. Let me share this. Hold on a second, Win. I found it. I found the post. Actually, I don't think that goalie it even ended up with guests. I could be wrong. Votes. I could be wrong. Here it is. Let me bring it up. Okay. Was that Jacob Dobes?
Yep.
Is that who?
Dobes.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. And here we go. Right? So this is on.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
NHL, the 16 NHL.com writers cast their vote on a award on a 5-4-3-2-1 basis. Schaefer with 79 points, Demidov with 54, Sinecki with 52, Dobers with 19, Snuggerud with 11. If let's say Snuggerud gets to 20 goals, I could see him moving into 4th. I can't see him jumping all the way up to Sinecki, but I could see him moving into 4th.
I don't think he jumps Dobish. And Seneca's had a hell of a season for the Ducks. I completely forgot he should get votes and probably ends up 3rd. He was a surprise when he got drafted in Vegas in 2024 when at the Sphere he was that 3rd overall pick that Anaheim took, and he was surprised that he got drafted in the 1st round himself.
Yeah. Hey, I was just putting it out. I got told that Snuggerud was not even get votes. And I mean that there right tells me that he's probably gonna end up in 5th place.
Mm-hmm.
And if not a little bit higher. Maybe 4th. I don't completely think so. But if he hits 20, he's gonna get more votes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's gonna be a closer. He's gonna be closer to that. Again, it was 16 writers. If he gets 20 goals, if he does get the 3 goals in the next 3 games, actually 2 goals. I think he got 1 in the last game. So he's got 19. Or he's got, 18. I'm double checking. Give me a second just to make sure. He's got 18. So if he gets 2 goals in the next 3 games for 20, I could see him getting a lot closer to fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that the Blackhawks would entertain a trade for number 2 or number 3.
I say if they drop down to third or fourth, they'll entertain it. They'll keep they will keep the second pick if they keep second, or if they move up to first overall, they're definitely taking first overall.
You know what? Who do you think they would take first overall?
It's earlier in the season they were saying they will not be taking McKenna, but then it changed over time that McKenna is back up in that conversation to draft him. Stenberg has been very high on the Blackhawks. Also, Voorhees, the defenseman, is very much of a high pick the Hawks are probably looking at.
Wouldn't Dvorsky go down to like, I think I saw a draft board that had him like 5th.
If he falls to 5th, I could see it, but he is the top defenseman in the draft, and sometimes you see those top defensemen get picked from the second to fourth overall picks.
See, if you guys did, and I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think you guys are going to get the number 1 overall pick. I don't think the draft is as rigged as everybody else says it is. It's too damn hard to do it. And especially this year, they're doing it live. They're doing the lottery live. It is possible. I don't buy it. Too many people involved in that conspiracy for too long for it to be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean, and I never said it's a rigged thing.
I know you didn't. Others have.
And I'm on the side where I don't want to be in this position anymore. I've been at that point the last couple of years. I'm tired of losing hockey. I want to see more competitive hockey by the Chicago Blackhawks.
I honestly think if you guys got number 1 overall and took McKenna, well, first of all, McKenna said that he's probably going back to school.
Which is fine.
But I don't think McKenna fits with Bedard at all.
I think he does.
I think you need a veteran presence there more than anything.
No.
else.
We've tried it multiple times. It really hasn't worked.
You did it at the wrong spot. You did it his freshman season.
We've done it the last 3 years. Andre Burakovsky, a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, complete and utter disgrace to the game this season. I'm saying it right now. Andre Burakovsky needs to be bought out by the Chicago Blackhawks this offseason. If they don't, that is just pure incompetence by the Blackhawks for not doing the right thing to get rid of a guy who you obviously can't trade.
Was Burakovsky a 30-goal scorer before he came to Chicago?
If he was, it probably was with the Stanley Cup Avalanche team. I can't remember for sure.
So, well, you actually buying out Burakovsky next year is not a bad thing, but you could also trade him.
No one's taking the contract with how bad he is.
$5.5 million?
He's horrible. Trust me. He is the worst player in the National Hockey League.
Well, if you buy him out, you're going to eat half of that anyway. So if you eat half of it for $2.5 million, I guarantee somebody takes him.
That's pennies on the dollar for the Hawks. They'll rather buy out a guy than waste another retention spot.
It's because it's almost the same price. If you buy him out, it's going to be, isn't it 50%?
It's actually cheaper. I've done the buyout calculator if the Hawks were to buy him out versus retain 50%.
Okay.
So if the
How
Hawks
much-
were to
how
buy him
much
out, it's better.
How much would it cost him to buy him out?
Like next year, 1.35 million for next year, and then somewhere around like 2.
Well, next year's the only year. He's only got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah, a buyout is you have to buy. You'll be paying the guy an additional year on the deal if it's with 1 year left on the deal. So it's like you pay half the contract plus another half the next year. But with the bonuses involved, there's like something involved too. It will bring down the dollar of the cap to him. I could pull up his Puckpedia page because they do a buyout calculator.
5.5. He's 31 years old. I think if you ate if you ate the half,
no one's taking him.
Huh?
No one will take him. I'm willing to bet.
I think somebody would, but I don't think you brought in. I don't think that in the time that you've had Bedard, the last 2 years, that you brought in a 30-goal scorer. So
right here, Puckpedia shows their buyout calculations. A cap hit of $3 million for the 26-27 season, and then a cap hit of 1.25 for the next year.
Okay, so that's more expensive than paying 50%,
which is fine. It will help the Hawks with the floor still, because yes, Bedard's going to help keep the Hawks above the floor, but they are still having to get to the cap floor this offseason.
Okay, so you want to know why your team sucks?
I know the reasons.
You're spending to the floor.
They're going to be spending to the cap pretty soon here. The thing is, they have so many players on ELCs.
Yeah, but you bring in a proven 30-goal scorer, 70-point guy in Kyrou.
I don't want Kyrou. I would say it. I just don't like his game for the Blackhawks. I won't want what?
I think his game would fit in so good. He would fit in so good with Bedard.
I don't think so. I just don't think Kyrou will fit the right need the Hawks are looking for. They're looking at a player probably like Matthew Nyes of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They made an offer apparently at the trade deadline to get a feeler of where the Maple Leafs are on moving Nyes. They've nearly had Nyes 4 years ago when they had Marc-Andre Fleury as the goalie, and when the Hawks were trading him, they nearly had a deal to trade Fleury and Brandon Hagel to the Maple Leafs for Matthew Nyes and 2 first-round picks.
I wish I could find that chart, and if someone knows where it is, do you remember the Jerry Jones? What was it? Not Jerry Jones. Who was the Dallas Cowboys football coach there for a while? He also coached Miami. I cannot think of his Jimmy Johnson. Do you remember the Jimmy Johnson draft card?
No, because I'm too young for that.
Well, I mean, it's still used. It's used by almost every NHL team now, and I'd be absolutely shocked if the NHL didn't use it. Right? And it put a numerical value on every draft pick. It was based over like 10 years of results or something like that, and it had a numerical value. And believe it or not, the number 2 pick and the number 7 pick aren't as far apart as you think they are. Right? That's why I think if you're gonna give up the number 7 pick, because that's probably where the Blues are going to be, 6, 7, or 8. If you're going to give up that pick to go up, you shouldn't be giving up that much behind it. You shouldn't be giving up. That's why I think that pick in Cairo would get 2, 3, or 4. If Cairo would go to one of those teams. And if I'm Cairo, I'm thinking Blackhawks. I can go and be a thorn in the side of the fan base that hates me. Oh, I think he would absolutely flourish.
Here's the thing.
And I love him. I don't want to let him go, but I think he would flourish there.
Here's the thing. Historically, all things show the Hawks and Blues will never make a deal.
Haven't they in the past?
Nope.
I'm sure they.
I don't recall. I will try and find the last time the Blackhawks and Blues have made a trade.
Right. Justin, who's at the game tonight, says doesn't help. I think it does help. I think it does help Chicago. Because, again, I said this, and I mean this. I want Chicago to be good. Jamal Mayers.
That wasn't, no, that's not a trade.
Wasn't a trade, yeah.
The Hawks signed Mayers as a free agent.
Yeah, he played for both.
And we got Mayers out of, he signed as a free agent out of Toronto.
I want the Blackhawks and the Blues to be good. It makes the rivalry better. Right? Why trade Cairo for a pick? It doesn't help you now. You getting
okay.
Stenberg, I think it does help you now because you have guys coming up.
The last time they made a trade was 2010, and it was AHL goalies.
Okay.
So that really doesn't count.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
Historically, they don't make trades.
Yeah, I mean they don't often make trades.
The only time they've really made trades have been AHLers.
Stenberg isn't NHL ready now. If he gets picked number 2, the chance that there's a high likelihood that he would play. If he gets picked 1, 2, or 3, there's a high likelihood he would play in the NHL next season. And I would say by Christmas. That's here's something that I think that the Q and the AHL need to look at. Having having each team allow one player.
They are
to go to the AHL.
They are. They're doing it next year.
I'd say any player drafted number 16 or higher should be able to go to the AHL instead of the Q.
The rule is going to be they're going to let CHL players at the age of 19 go to the AHL by the team who drafted them.
Okay, but see, that doesn't help any of those because right now those guys are 17, 18 years old. So that still puts them in the queue for a year.
Which is okay. The junior, that's the juniors. The CHL for a player that's in their year 18 season going into their 19 year is usually better off playing in the juniors rather than up in the NHL. Then by 19, you would prefer to have them in the AHL. Like, here's for a good example, Kevin Korchinski for the Blackhawks. He would have benefited that his first professional year being at the age of 19 be in the AHL, but the Hawks had to play him in the NHL because he did not need to be in the CHL anymore. The Hawks kept him up, played him the full season in the NHL.
You can play 19 in the AHL. At 19, you can play in the AHL.
That's going to be the new rule next year.
Oh, it's been the rule.
No,
it's been the rule. Yeah.
No,
At
no.
the age of 19, you could play in the AHL.
No, that's not the rule.
Right.
It's
I thought it was
age out of the CHL at the age of 20 to 21. You can be an overager at 21. and you age out of the CHL at the age of 20 and then go to the AHL. Then, now with the new rule in place, the NHL who drafted a player and they're 19 years old, they can select what player they want to go to the AHL when they're at the age of 19 versus the CHL.
I thought it was well, there's a couple of guys that are 18-year-olds in the AHL.
Those are the guys that are probably European. European players can play in the AHL.
So at 19, you can play in the AHL. That's always been the rule. It's 18 for the Q. At the age of 18, you could not play in the AHL because you had to play in the Q or the CHL.
The Q is part of the CHL. You do realize that.
Yeah, the Q, right?
The Q's the CHL. It's with the W and OHL. That's all the CHL.
The NHL, I'm reading something right now from the Hockey News, or from Canucks World. The age players, the exact wording is, NHL will reopen its agreement with the CHL to eliminate mandatory return rule for 19-year-old players. NHL will seek to limit clubs to loaning no more than one 19-year-old player per year to the AHL without the requirement of first offering such a player to his junior club. So I always thought it was 19. Because that's what I know. At 19, that's when Neighbors played in the CHL.
And one more game for me to be at the United Center this coming Wednesday.
Yeah. Well,
I was just there the other day.
I'm hoping to be at a couple of opening night games. I think my TV turned off on me.
Yeah, I was at the United Center the other night, and I went to the Blackhawks Hall of Fame ceremony the day before.
Yeah, the Blues kind of put a whooping on you.
Yeah, that game sucked for sure.
All right. Didn't for us.
I mean, you still got eliminated, so I was happy.
Oh, we were eliminated. You guys didn't eliminate us, though.
I know, but I'm just saying you guys still got eliminated that night anyway, so it was still good.
We got eliminated during that game.
Yeah, which I was so happy to see.
We got eliminated two nights before against Winnipeg. Even though we mathematically had a chance, it was a really, really small chance.
Yeah, I know. San Jose's in that same position tonight. Well,
no, I'm trying to get my stuff.
Now, 10 minutes till lives.
I don't even know where mine's at because I got kicked out. So, Justin says, first of all, he says, I'm telling you right now, the Blues are not getting a 1-3 pick. That's your opinion. I think that they have the opportunity to trade up if things align right. The Blues bringing in a 2C for Kyrou helps you now and get you a 1-2 punch in the top 6. Dvorsky is not ready to be a 2C. I kind of agree with that. The culture will be better to start next year, but still can't be afraid to progress your team. Justin, I understand how you think, but Justin, remember, that's how you think. And I don't think that way. I think that you're wanting to make some of these big trades aren't going to happen. And I think that you're going to have to progress with what you got, or you're going to have to play within the draft system. That's how I feel, bud.
I'm just wondering how much Bedard's going to end up getting after this year.
I'd say Bedard gets between 7 and 8.
Oh, that's too low with how the cap is.
But I don't think he's earned more than that.
He's going to probably make upwards of 12.5 to probably, I could see at a high at 14.
Has he earned that?
Yeah. Honestly, he has with what he's done with the Hawks. Because if you look at that money in this for how the cap is now to
Okay.
when it was like early 2010s when Kane and Tays got their deal at 8.8 at 2010, which was their first year after restriction reached after ELC.
Yeah.
They ended up that money back then in 2010 when they signed that deal at around 8.8 million.
Yeah.
Is equivalent to about 12.5 to about 13 million in the new cap era we're in today.
Okay. When they were out of their ELC, what year? You said they came out of their ELC in 2010, right?
Yeah.
Had they been in the playoffs before they came out of their ELC?
They just played their first playoff year.
Okay. Had either one of them scored 100 points prior to ending
Yes.
their ELC? Okay.
Yes.
Guard.
No, not in a regular season.
Not in a regular season.
But they already had over 100 points in their career. If that's to clarify.
Okay, hold on. I actually thought, didn't Kane or Tays, one of them have a 100-point season?
Kane's first 100-point season actually came in his MVP year.
All right.
Oh, 6.3 was what they signed after their first ELC contract. My bad.
Yeah.
Which is the equivalent to today at around that 12.5 too.
No,
It is.
Double?
It is too.
Double?
It is. By how much the cap has gone up since 2010? Yes, it is.
So Kane, in his first 3 years with the Blackhawks, had 72 points, 70 points, and 88 points. What has Bedard had in his first 3 years?
Kane, Bedard's point productions are around the same as Patrick Kane's.
Well, let's find out. I want to double check.
Because the last few days they've been showing it that Bedard's point production is equal to to Kane's point production in his first 3 seasons.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. I got to take a few steps to get there, but I'm getting there. Okay, Connor Bedard, in his first 3 years, has 61 points, 67 points, and 73 points. He's at least 10 points less in all 3 years. He has not. He has not taken you to a playoff. He has not led you to a playoff, and yeah, he hasn't earned that money that those guys had. Those guys had already put you in the playoffs. And I'm sorry, it's not double. From 2010 to now, what a dollar is worth is not double. Maybe 50%, but not double. So if they got 6, him getting 8 to 10, and yes, I just saw puck drop, is where that number should be. Anything else is an overpay.
I'm just saying it. You're going to see Bedard going to probably end up getting one of the highest contracts after ELC this year. And they're going to name him the captain of the team.
I could see that, but and I think right there, that is going to be a mismanagement that keeps you guys out of the playoffs for another 2 to 3 years.
No, it won't be.
Right?
Bedard's already shown that he's a leader in the team.
Hi, Shaggy. How you doing, bud?
But I gotta get going because my stream's about to get started.
Enjoy, Wendy. You gotta invite me on sometime, man.
I rarely do these live streams. They're usually like, this is my second live stream all season.
Yeah. I do them almost every game.
I do the game recaps after every game, so it's like for me, I doing the live streams, it's harder to do anymore, and I personally think it's easier to just stick with my game recaps.
Okay, bud. Have a good one, man. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
There we go. That was fast. One shot, one goal. A Parade goal. Wow. He needed that. He needed that. That was good. Thanks, Winnie, for coming on and talking to us. We appreciate you, my friend. I still think if they pay him $12 to $13 million, they're hurting themselves. Oh wow, that goal just popped right out of there, man. It looked like he was laying an egg. Blues go! Pareko, a Parade goal from Thomas and Snuggerud. 40. It's going to be 40 something points for Snuggerud. He's gonna have 50 this year. No, he's like 45, so I don't think he'll get to 50. By the way, Snuggerud will probably end up 4th or 5th in the Calder voting. He won't make the top 3, but he's gonna get votes, even though I know Lance told me he wasn't. Oh, Snuggerud to Thomas, Thomas to Pareko, Pareko in the back of the net. Oh, no, I know you weren't. I was just talking to somebody else. That was a Pareko. Colton Pareko with his 4th of the year. Robert Thomas, right now, that gives him point number 59. This is game 62. He will end up playing 64 games. So he is 5 points away from being a point per player game this year. Snuggerud, that was point number 45. So he needs 5 more to get 50. I think he can. And Kairu has 43 with 18 goals. If you like, I'll be able to come on sometime tonight. Oh, yeah, absolutely, bud. I'm by myself tonight. I don't mind you coming on, bud. Not at all. By the way, my hopes have been dashed. Jonathan Quick said he is retiring. Tonight's his last game. I was hopeful. I was hopeful that there was something that could be done, because I don't know, man. I still feel that Hofer needs that. Though he has gotten a lot better at puck control, at his puck handling and puck control, I still think he would be helpful from a veteran presence. And I also don't think that we have the guy behind him ready to go yet. That's the thing. I don't think we have the guy behind them ready to go yet. Love is 2 years away. Zerzinko had a backwards year. The other kid, Will Cranley, maybe, but Cranley's not going to give you. Cranley's going to be more like having a bad Bennington in the net. I noticed something in the Blue Chicago highlights. The boys flipped the puck where the goalie wouldn't be, with not too much power on them, was cool. Oh man, I didn't really pay attention to that, but possible. Right? Well, I mean, right now this matchup is, this game means nothing to the Minnesota Wild. Their job right now is to get ready for the playoffs. So, and they're taking on Dallas on the road no matter what. So that matchup was locked. Yeah, I mean, what's he got? 2 Stanley Cups, if not 3? I think he's got 3. He's got 2, I know for sure, with the Kings. He might have a 3rd. It is. I mean, he's going in the Hall of Fame. Jonathan Quick will end up in the Hall of Fame. That's the one thing that I think most people don't understand about what the Hall of Fame is, right? It's always looked at like a number thing, but when you think the Hall of Fame is your Hall of Famous, and Jonathan Quick was a famous player. That's why I don't have a problem with Quick going in the Hall of Fame, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, they're resting. Is Tarasenko playing tonight? I didn't see. Fabry's playing tonight, and Tarasenko is playing. Oh, I've seen a whole bunch on Twitter and that and Reddit and all that about the Islanders and the then he gets right in on the hands. Oh, that was almost a close one. Fabry in the box. Blues on a power play. They need the goal. They need the goal. They need the goal. Oh, Thomas almost put that one in for 22. Oh, it was right there. Oh, it was right there. He got 2 and a silver medal in the Olympics. Okay. I mean, power play looks good. They haven't scored, but it looks good. Oh, that didn't help Holloway going down there. I'm rooting for the Sabres too. I'm rooting for the Sabres because they 14 years of not being in the playoffs, and I want to see them get one round. I want to see them get around. Shin and Falk, both guys we traded to teams that were in the playoffs when we traded them, are going to be playing golf next week. Whoops. Oh, smart play there. Smart play there. Tage and Ellis. Oh, nice. That Colton Ellis one was a tough one. I think this year there were a lot of players that got picked up off of waivers. I can't think of a year when so many players got picked up off of waivers. This was a weird year for that. I mean, how many guys did we pick off of waivers? We have 2 now that are on the team from waivers. We had a couple more. We wavered a couple of guys that got picked up. Well, actually, I don't think they got picked up. They got released. But we wavered guys that got released and signed elsewhere. We picked guys off of waivers. Oh, nice little move there. I'm trying to keep a better eye on Kyrou this game. Now, see, to me, that shouldn't be an icing. The goalie had every opportunity to play that. All right, if it goes through the blue paint, right, to me, if it goes through the trapezoid at the red line, that's not an icing. I don't think that should be an icing. Well, they're see that right now that they just Joey, you just proved my point. Anybody hear what Joey just said? Did you really listen to what he just said? I'm not. When you are a media darling, when you have that media personality, the media will talk you up and tell you how great you are, and the fans eat that shit up. They eat it up, they eat it up, they eat it up. But when you are a shy guy, when you are not a guy that talks to the media, when you're a guy that just doesn't feel comfortable around the media, they will eat you alive. They will eat you for breakfast. And then the fans eat that shit up even more than they eat up the media darling side. I miss Daniel being on the show, my German friend, because we had some good one. Hey Matlow, how you doing, buddy? We had some good conversation with him. Mr. JJ, Aaron Nels, John Penner, Sharon Spinks, John Hepner, and Michael Howard. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, Shocky, I watched 3 different videos last night. And after tonight's game, I'm going to try and take my ambassador reel apart and grease it and oil it and get it cleaned up. I paid attention to the videos. I have them laid out. I think I know how to do it now. I don't think I'm as afraid of it as I was before. And the thing is, what I'm afraid of is these things. So I'm a mechanic. I'm a mechanic by trade, and a lot of people don't know that. I really am. That's what I did in the Navy. I was a mechanic. We call mechanics engineers, but we worked in engineering. But that's what I was. I ran engine rooms. So I know how to take things apart. I know how to when you are dealing, but the majority of what I took apart was larger. And it's even with small parts, you're able to bag and tag and lay out. When you're dealing with something precision like a reel, it's not so easy. Right? What about a LM2500 gas turbine engine there, Matlow? How's that? Does that count as engineering there, Matt Lowe? Because yes, I know how to take that apart. I know every component on that. So you cleaned the carburetor on your lawnmower last week. 23 horsepower Kohler. What do you think of that, Mr. Engineer? Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I know, buddy. I know. And Matt Lowe, I have learned when you are needling me and when you are not. It's taken me about 4 years to figure that out. But now almost 5 years. But now I'm to the point where I can kind of figure out when you're needling me and kind of not. I'm close. And then I needle back. And I needle back with facts. That is an LM2500 gas turbine engine. It is a 16-stage variable stage vane compressor. The first 6 stages are variable. It has a annular combustor with 2. Got to remember, I think it's got 30 fuel nozzles and 2. I want to say 2 igniters. I don't think that's right. I got to double check. And it has a 2-stage high pressure turbine, which drives the compressor. And it is connected through an air coupling, an aerodynamic coupling, a 6-stage power turbine, which supplies power to the shaft through a reduction gear. There you go. Oh, tomato man. If you can take a carburetor apart, get all those springs in place, I know you're a late 60s, early 70s, you can needle a reel. The thing is with the reel, I mean, I know I can take this reel apart. My concern is some of these parts are really small, especially the snap rings. And if you break a snap ring, getting another one is not easy. And that's the issue. And guys, I'm sorry, I gotta take a leak. There we go. Sorry. I think it's worse to be media shy than even be you're right. It is. I just had to use the restroom. The alumni in St. Louis, they don't get enough credit. The reason that this team has the strength and the ability that it does have is the alumni. And I know for a fact, I know a lot of the alumni. They stick around. Shockey can tell you that. Right? Penalty kill's got to get going here. Cannot let this tie up. Look, I don't care if we win or lose. I mean, if you play good hockey and lose, great. Right? But if you play good hockey and win, that's great too. I'm okay getting a pick 6, 7, 8. I'm okay anywhere in that area. I know some people want that. We got to hit the number 1 pick. We need a superstar. No, we don't. No, we don't. I think if McKenna goes to Chicago, McKenna needs to, a guy like that, just from what I've seen and heard, that is a guy that's got to be the best player on whatever team he goes to. And if he goes to a team where he's not, I think that he's going to go down. Well, that's kind of hard to say because legally, Bennington can't look for anything. Bennington is still under contract with the St. Louis Blues. In order for that to happen, Bennington has to ask permission from Bennington's agent needs to ask permission from the Blues to talk to other teams. Because right now they can't. That's tampering. So in actuality, the answer to your question is no. Oh, Broberg missed it just a little bit ahead of him. That should have been a shorty. Should have been a shorty. Ouch. Ooh, 1-1 Blue. 1-1. They tie it after the power play. That's true. There is no guarantee on any play. It just, remember when, a lot of, like, the greatest bust in the NFL or in the NHL is going to be Nail Yakupov, number 1 overall, and went nowhere. But he came in with an attitude. Great save. Oh, it went. Oh, yeah, okay. It bounced off Tucker, and he tried to stop it, but the other Foglino ends up pumping it in there. McKenna comes off to me a little bit of a drama king, right? He comes off with a little bit of an attitude. And I'll ask this. I know somebody out there knows this. Who was the last guy in the NHL draft to come off with an attitude? And where is he now? And how is he done? I can think of a top player, a player that went in the top 5, who came in, or top 10, who came in with a chip on his shoulder, and it hasn't paid off. And it feels like McKenna's coming in that way. Uh-oh. This thing's doing so well. I like Kevin Druin for another year. Nobody's got it. Come on, somebody's got to get the player I'm thinking of. That was nice fighting behind the net there. I like that. here's the thing, and you keep hearing this. We're a blue collar team. We're a blue collar team. Well, those same people are sitting there saying the question was, who was the last? Right? Yeah, Chucky got it right. Shane Wright. No, he didn't go second. He went fifth. Shane Wright, I think, dropped the fourth or fifth, and went to Seattle, and he really's done nothing with Seattle. I think he's still on Seattle. I could be wrong, but I think he's still on Seattle. He went fourth overall to Seattle, and he is still on Seattle. He went fourth overall. Everyone was talking that he was going to be the guy. He was going to be the guy, and ended up the Canadians had that pick, and they passed on him. The Devils passed on him, and the Coyotes passed on him, and Seattle ended up taking him with the fourth pick. That year, St. Louis got Snuggerud. Snuggerud's got 74 games. This is 75th. And he's got 48 points, 49. Well, did he get one there? Yeah, 49 now. Right? Since he's been in. Shane Wright has 167 games and 77 points. So we did well there. You know, that's just, you gotta, that's the important thing in the draft, man. You gotta really, the movie Draft Day, I know it's fictional, but man, it did highlight something so important. It did highlight how sometimes character is even more important than athletic ability, right? And I really believe that character, and that's not the only movie that did that. Another movie I can think of was Trouble with the Curve, right? The same thing. That highlighted where bad attitude and good talent don't mix, right? You gotta be humble. You know, at some point, you know, let's go back to Tiger Woods. When Tiger Woods first came, that was the most humble kid I'd ever heard of. He was humble. But at some point, he became not so humble, and now he's a shell of a man. And he pissed away a record chance, right? He pissed it away. Yeah, they haven't done it since. And young men cocky without proper coaching. I had grown men cleaning my cleats in high school. When coaching staff is focused on a few players, it gives attitude when a lack of maturity. Yeah, you know, the who are you? You know, the Chippy, throw him, Pareko, throw it. There we go. Pareko. There's the attitude. There we go. God, is this going to carry over? Pareko. Throw that punch. Hit him in the face. Hit him in the chin. Cops upside the ear. Throw it. To pull my hockey stick out. Colton's getting penalized that. Nah, he didn't, Jason. No, he didn't. Parayko's not going to get the C. Going to be on the penalty kill for at least the last 2 minutes of the game. Sorry, Nickel, that wasn't enough to give the guy a C. Not even close. It was nice to see, but not even close. Kill it, kill it, kill, 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 kill it, kill it, kill, kill, kill. Jason Nichols, Jason McMillan, JJ, Aaron Nils, John Penner, Sharon Speaks, John Hefner, and Michael Howard. Hey, Michael, welcome. Neighbors in the box serving it. I thought I guess Neighbors isn't a penalty killer. I think he'd be a good penalty killer. He's got the attitude for it. Oh, nice, Milieu. Chasing the puck. Loose puck. One minute to play in the first period. 1 minute to play. Johansson, Tarasenko. He's got a 91. Ouch! Oh, they gave that one away. Tarasenko. Europe gets hit and then play some pay. Offered nothing he could do with that. Tarasenko, a hell of a pass. Four guys. I'm right there. Puck watching. That's puck watching. Puck watching. Puck watching. Right now, we have the 8th overall pick. We could drop to the 5th. Depending on what happens, we could drop to the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could drop to the 5th. Yeah, we could drop to the 5th. That's the lowest we could drop. We could get anywhere from 5th to 10th, or 10th, 5th to 10th. That's where we'll be. Yep. Oh, he turned his head and Tarasenko made him. He's only 34. Wow, he's got 3 or 4 more years left. He's going to sign with somebody. He's going to sign with somebody next year. God, if we could sign him for a year or two, what he would do, what the guy like Tarasenko, and yes, I have a love affair with Tarasenko. You don't have to say it. But what a guy like Tarasenko could do for the Blues, shots end up being 14-8. I'm just going to talk, man. Talk with me. All right. Yep. Guys having fun today? We got another one tomorrow. Oh, Kelsey's going to join us tomorrow. Yeah, she is. Against Sidney Crosby. Oh, did you guys see what happened over the weekend with Crosby and Ovechkin? At the face-off, they basically set it up so they took the face-off against each other in the 100th matchup. I thought that was pretty cool. John, I don't know, but I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the season's over. And I saw guys standing. I saw a lot of people standing. I don't think they was all seated. Right? What was I going to say? We as fans sometimes put what we think and what we feel is the only right thing, and it's not. Everybody has the right to their opinion. Everybody has a right to how they feel, and no one is more right than anybody else, right? I sometimes say, well, I got this right, or I got that right, or I called this, or I called that, or I saw this, or I saw that. That's okay. Somebody else see. Look at how I don't see Kyrie playing as bad as so many do. Right? I don't see. So it can be hard. Speaking of tomorrow, 8:30 Tuesday night, last home game versus an Eastern team. What a crock! Yeah, I can see that. I think that is it a national game tomorrow night. I think it is. I have to look. I think it is a TNT game. Is that a TNT game tomorrow night? No, ESPN game. Right, it's an ESPN game. All right. This is Bally FanDuel Sports Network's last broadcast of a Blues game. Right? At least I don't think they're broadcasting the one tomorrow night. Or are they? Because I thought is this the simulcast game, or is that the next one? Or is that the one against the Mammoths? So it's 9:30 for Pitt fans. Yeah, it's a late game. That had seeing eyes. That puck had eyes. It's a good fight for Pareko. Maybe if we were spoiled to hit every game and a few on the roads, the smell hits me as soon as I enter the Enterprise and my blood pressure. And well, I'm with you, right? The smell of the ice is that is, how they always talk about, smell is like the strongest sense in that. I walk into the arena. I walk into any arena. I walk into Centene. That smell of fresh ice. I don't think that there's nothing that's better than that. There's nothing that when that hits you, there's absolutely nothing better than that. Right? And they need to up that donation to $1,000. $20,000. So that's only 40 power play goals. Yeah, our last 2 games are both on ESPN. Where are we at? I'm just having fun, man. I'm just having fun today. There's nothing else for me to do but just enjoy this season with you guys. That's what today is, man. I'm enjoying the season. I'm enjoying you guys. If you're here, say hi. You know what? Let's do this for today. For the last 3 games of the season, what is your best memory of the Blue Note Fan Report this season? What have we done on the show? What is your best memory of the Blue Note Fan Report? I know what mine is. It's not going to go away. That there was nothing that was going to happen this season that was going to change what mine was. Right? Nothing. There was nothing. Once it happened, there was nothing that was going to change it. Right? There was nothing that was going to change it. Right? And then I have a number 2. I have a 1 and a 2. So what was your favorite moment of the Blue Note Fan Report this season? I want to know, what was your favorite moment of the Blue Note Fan Report this season? Come on. You got between here and then. This season, Hefner, for you, it's this season and the last 7 years. How's that? We can do that. You can do both. And actually, this is my 8th year. And you showed up my first year, my friend. So it's been 8 years. I know you were here my first year. So come on, guys, help me out here. Don't leave me hanging. What's your favorite memory of the Blue Note Fan Report this last season? Come on, somebody got it. Somebody? I'm not saying mine yet. I seen you and Justin like 5 times on the Blues pregame this season. That was pretty funny. Only 5 times? We did a lot more than 5 games. Still funny. If I didn't have my knee replaced, I wouldn't have never found you. Yeah, and I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did, my friend. I'm glad you did. Iguido, Jason Nichols, thank you. The Blue Note Fan Report, Guy Bensing, Vitaly's Hideaway, and 3 on YouTube. Thank you. Come on. No, I seen you guys on TV one time. Yeah. Okay. The me kissing the statue. Okay. Yep. I got it. Yeah. Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I had a couple of people reach out to me about that one. That was actually kind of neat. That was my last home game. And when I walked up, the cameraman, the first thing he said was, "There's my guy." Right? The show in the basement. Chris, that was a great show. I hope we get to do it next season. I really do. I hope we get to do it next season. Right? I think we should do a fishing show too next season. You and me should do a fishing show. Right? I think we should do a show, make our own channel and do a fishing show. right? I would set something up like that. I would. Because I tell you, I got a plan. So we're having what they call a corner storm here. So the weather's been really, really bad, but it's clearing up. Tomorrow we have the game, so I can't. So tomorrow I'm going to go up to Schofield Army Base to their outdoor rec, and I'm going to go check out their single person kayak. I got to measure it, and because I have a Ford Flex and I can lay down my front seat, so I think I can get enough in there. Adam says he has to be on it. Adam, absolutely, buddy. Absolutely, my friend. You can. I enjoyed both you boys, man. You and your brother. You made me feel good. You really did. Right? That was a lot of fun. And we will definitely do it again. Definitely do it again. There's nothing that would stop me from doing this again with you guys. I'm going to go up to Schofield, check it out, and if I can get it in my car, Wednesday, I'm going to go up and rent it for the day. I remember that one. For the day, and go out in that lake and try and catch me some fish. Finally, get off the bank, go out there. I saw a video from a month ago where some guys were doing it, and some of the things they were doing that I think were possible. And that's why I've been working on some of my gear. And then I found something. I'll probably go pull it out here in a second. I meant to put it already here, but I forgot to. I'll go pull it out. Sister JJ says me standing on a chair saying kiss my, yeah, I think that was to the tankers, right? I think that was for the tankers. That was a good one, right? I'll be right back. Stand by. I don't know how well you can see it because it's behind me a little bit. This is how ready I am. This is how ready I am to come home. Right? That's how ready I am to come home. Right? That's how ready I am to really get out there and start enjoying putting a line in the water. It's been so long since I've done that. Do you have any interesting? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't think, is it blue cats that you don't like, Shocky? There's one cat that Shocky doesn't like, and I thought it was a blue. I actually like channels. I like channels and flatheads. So I could be wrong. I could be thinking it's something else. But I know blues can get up in the 50, 60, 70 pound range. Shocky will tell me here in a second. I don't have any catfish rig stuff. Man, while I'm home, I'm hoping to do some. Justin says Minnesota will lose to Dallas because the Wild are useless unless they're on the power play. Well, okay, that's your okay. Yellow bellies. I don't know what a yellow belly is. I mean, what is that a channel? Or that's not a channel or a flathead, is it? I actually think blues can get well over 100 pounds. Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember the St. Louis Zoo used to have, like in the children's zoo, had like a part of the Mississippi River there and had a 80-pound cat. Oh, bullheads. Okay. Seeing us live at Vitaly. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We enjoy seeing you every time we were there. We'll go back to Vitaly's. Absolutely. That's where we're going to do our preview show. Blue cats are the best tasting, in my opinion. I like fried cat. I do. I like filleted cat. I've had it before. I like southern fried. When I was in Mississippi, I got fried catfish at a gas station that was melt in your mouth good. It was absolute from a gas station was that good. Right? They don't play around down there at all. And then I got some in Arkansas that was really good. Right? I like catfish. And actually Vitaly's. The person in Vitaly's cooks some really good catfish. Here we go. 2-1 Blues. We're about to have puck drop. Can anybody guess what my number 1 and number 2 moments on the Blue Note Fan Report this season were? I wonder if anybody can. Meeting me. That's up there. Not my 1 or 2 moment, but it's way up there. I like that the first show I was cameraman at. Oh, that was in a period I don't talk about anymore. But yes, when you came up and helped me, I remember that. You did a fantastic job helping me that weekend. I really appreciated you. Oh, the puck drop already went down. I forgot to say it. Oh, he hit his own guy. Oh, that had to hurt. A Tarasenko shot. Parayko just needs an assist. No goal. Pushed in. No goal. Yeah, I thought that was going to get waved off. That felt like it to me. That was pushed in. They'll look at it, but that was pushed in. Yeah. Yeah, that's no goal. That's no goal. That's an absolute. That's right there. That is the definition of putting the puck in by pushing the pad. Jordan Deacon show. That was a good one. That's not my favorite. I have 2 favorites. Oh, come on. How can you not? That was absolutely pushing the pad away. Absolutely. You challenge that. We're going on the power play. Right. Shockey Shockey should know my number 1 and number 2. Shockey should absolutely know it. Ooh, Dvorsky almost went up. Shockey should know number 1, and somebody else should know number 2. Shockey should absolutely know number 1. Oh, that should be kneeing. That's not a trip. That's knee on knee. That should be looked at. Oh, he got lucky there. That was knee on knee. That was knee on knee. Right? Come on, someone's got to get it. I mean, it's number 1 is obvious. Believe it or not, number 1 is obvious. You had a full season to watch it. So did everybody else. Shorthanded goal. Another one given up. Well, we are not doing well. Yep. Believe it or not, Hefner, you should know which shows were 1 and 2. You should absolutely know. Yeah. Ooh, Montgomery's not happy. Got to do something, man. They went from, that first 1 shot, 1 goal to we decided not to play anymore. Right in the belly. Come on, Kyrie. That can't be in the belly. I will tell you what number 2 was. For the 5 people that are watching, I will tell you what number 2 was. Are you ready? Are you ready? Number 2 was a show I got to do with John Hefner in my apartment while I was in St. Louis. That was a lot of fun. It was stressful, but it was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed being able for John to do that. We had tried to do it a couple of times. Actually, Dvorsky. John was actually supposed to be at the Detroit Live. That was for him, but his trip got delayed a little bit, so we had to set something else up. Right? Oh. So number 2, my number 2 favorite show was the John Hefner show. My number 3 was at What was the show at Chris Shockey's house? That was number 3. There we go. I didn't come stumbling home. I was at home. I drank shitty fucking champagne that night and got sick as a dog. I have the live of that game. I didn't come stumbling home. I was home. Well, Thomas gets that one. Maybe. No goal. If they're challenging it, it's no goal. Yeah. Yep, you did call it, Matlow. Offside. Holloway offside. Called back. No goal for Thomas. No goal. Well, see, that's the well, right now, Hefner, I am going to be in I'm going to be in St. Louis from September 10th till October 13th. But I don't know what the Blues schedule is yet, and that doesn't come out later. And then I know September 21st to the 25th, I'm going to be in the Ozarks. Well, off the board. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, they go back on the power play. Six seconds. Oh, good catch. Yeah, I agree. That is a hell of a catch. Well, yeah. First time it's happened involving the Blues. Yeah. That's a weird one. Yeah, I did see that. I don't know how true that was. You were ahead of me, Kelsey. Stenberg with number 2. Got that one back. Now can they get another one back? That was number 3. That was number 3. I'm sorry. I was wrong. That was number 3. Wow. Bushnevich, he needed that. Number 18 on the season for Bushnevich. That was Kyrou gets an assist on that. Oh no, they don't have Kyrou, but I think he should get an assist on that. I thought Kyrou was in on that puck. I might have been wrong. Yeah, it was Kyrou. Okay, Kyrou. Yep, I looked at it wrong. Tucker got his 14th assist. You're fine, Kelsey. You're fine. You didn't give it away. Well, you did, but you didn't. So I love you, girl. Tie game. They gave Fowler an assist on that too. I don't show it on the scoreboard, but I heard it from my buddy. Oh, nice throw in, Snoogs. Oh, nice play. Now they're woken up. Oh my goodness, are they woken up? Justin talks about how important momentum is. Yeah, right now you're seeing it. Wow. So no one's gotten show number 1 yet. I'm surprised that no one's gotten show number 1 yet. Now we're going on a power play. Should be 2 because he tripped him twice. Now it's getting chippy. Chip, 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 to chippy, chip, 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 to chippy. Chippy chip, chippy chip. Yeah, it absolutely was. Trump for hooking. Should have been 2 penalties. I said that. And they need to put it in the back of the net. Nice to see him get that shot going. Oh, there you go, Kyrie. Get something out there. Oh, Bushnevich. I mean, he gave all of that one-timer. No, you've got to go through a lot to get that, bud. And I'm not a good enough camera guy. And the cameras that you got to have for that are ridiculous. Power play's over. There you go. I mean, Hofer a little better on that one, but that could have been bad. Good. There is no movement on the power play. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Got to be a little more movement on the power play. I agree with that. Yeah. Nobody got my favorite show yet. And my favorite show is obvious. Right? And it's obvious for what happened before the show. Ugh. Guys having a good time today? Come on, man. You know, and so you would think that, right? But for me, the reason that it's my favorite is because when I could have just said no, I'm done. I had people rally around me and say, no, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to get through this together. And that's why it became my favorite show. It was a show where people rallied around me, knew what I was feeling, knew what was going on, knew how important it was, and were able to say, we got this. We got you. And when that happens, when you feel the importance of that, that's what makes me do it. That was not on my ticket. That was on the tickets when you guys were down close. Not on the tickets you got for me. I checked on that. I asked on that. Right? That's why I asked about that. But yeah, the very first show of the season preview, when I found out that Roland passed, that is my favorite show. I mean, I know it sounds wrong, but it's what happened during that show. It's what happened with everything going on. You know, my phone call to Hector, my phone call to other people, Chris coming up to me and saying, "We're going to do this." That's what Roland wanted. We're going to do this. You know, Justin saying, "Okay, guy, we got this." You know, even though people that were supposed to show up didn't. You know, Shockey saying, "Okay, I'll come on the show." Right? When all of that happened, and I could have lost it, people rallied around me. People rallied around that show, and that is why that's my favorite show. Does that make? Does anybody think that's morbid? Are you certified? Well, certifiable. And I got a pee bad today. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, that was wasn't easy, man. It wasn't easy. But I credit Justin and Shockey for that. I really do. I absolutely credit both of them. Yeah, but it was. Yep, so far. Tucker is absolutely playing for a position on this team next year. Suter thought he was offsides. That might be offsides. I'm not going to hit the horn on that yet. That's going to get challenged. That's going to absolutely get challenged. I'll be really surprised if this doesn't get challenged. On Tarasenko. I guess they're not challenging it. Okay. No, are they challenging it or no? They don't challenge it. There we go. Yeah, I had a feeling that was offsides. Well, John, if you know me, you know that I will do anything for friends. It's offsides. It's offsides. It's offsides. I called that. Yeah. It's offsides. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was off. No goal. Yeah, that it was how Suter acted. I think Suter knew he was offsides. And well, that one comes off. That's two. Wow. Well, it might be a little karma on us. If you watch that play, if you go back and watch that play, and they didn't show it initially, and that's because they didn't show it because the way Suter reacts, that tells you everything. The way he reacted, it was like he's looking at the linesman, waiting for the linesman to go like this, but he knew he was possibly offsides. $96 of 109. And we had two more. That was before this game. He was on the up. Snoogie to the box for delay game. He went straight to the box. Oop, I screwed up. So I was trying to talk about this earlier. You keep hearing how important it is about, we're a blue collar team. Okay. I get that. We love blue collar guys. Then my question is, to a lot of the people that were saying we're a blue collar guy team, why did you want the number 1 overall draft pick? Because he's not a blue collar guy. Right? McKenna or Stenberg, they're not blue collar guys. Right? You want a superstar, but you're calling us a blue collar team. Blue collar teams don't do well with superstars. That was a mistake. That's what it was. Right? And that's what I don't understand. It's the duality of that. We're a blue collar team, but lose so we get the first overall pick. Wait, huh? What? I mean, we're looking at the 10th pick, the 13th, 15th pick, 14th or 15th pick, and the 28th, 29th, 30, or let's see, 29, 30, 31, 30, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 pick. That's what we're going to get. No, because very rarely do those get traded, bud. Very, very rarely do those. The people who wanted those wanted the superstar. Right? It's not even about skating 20 miles an hour in open ice. It's with the, well, first of all, with the Kyrou thing, no one would have said a goddamn word about that. Nobody would have said a word if Berube wouldn't have said something. Right? And then the media jumps on it, because he's not a media darling. Right? Well, I was thinking, who was another guy that wasn't a media darling? Never in his career was a media darling. And the press here in St. Louis jumped all over his ass. Helped chase him. Now, he helped chase himself, but he didn't endure himself to the press, and that had a lot to do with him getting chased. Stenberg played like a blue collar guy, but number 1 is worth 2 or no, it's not even close, bud. Well, I mean, maybe, but you got to look at what the quality of you're getting, right? Not, it's not what you think. I understand where you're going, but I think you're off a little bit. And not again, the majority of these people didn't care about trade value. They wanted the player. They wanted McKenna. They wanted the superstar. Right? They wanted the superstar. They didn't want blue collar. They wanted the superstar, but then talked about how much of a blue collar team we are. Well, you know what? You got a guy like Kyrou who tried to be a superstar and got called out for it. So what are you going to do with a guy like McKenna or a guy like Stenberg who had that superstar quality about him? And they may not be two-way guys. And that's the point that I don't think people understand. Right? right? That Ivor wants to come to St. Louis and play with the. You know, brothers want to play together. Hell, the Kachucks have said it. They want to play together. You know, the Hughes brothers. They're trying to get all three of them together. Right? They're absolutely trying to make that happen. So I mean, booking dot, yeah. I you know, and that's just, you know, the interviews, the draft combine and the interviews are going to be so important. So important. Come on. What do we got? 4:08 to go in the second. Wow, this game feels slow. It feels slow. Right? Tad Dieterman, Ryan Green, thank you. E. Guido, thank you. Jason Nichols, thank you. Jason McMillan, thank you. Joe Jeffrey, thank you. Aaron Nels, thank you. John Penner, thank you. Sharon Spinks, thank you. John Hefner, thank you. And then the new guy, thank you. I can't remember his name. Wow. Wow. Len Steen, the youngies. McKenna Scouting Report literally says he takes nights off on defense and coasts and average speed. So slower than Kyrou and the same problem people complain about Kyrou. Now you know why why Shocky's been following me before I started this show. This is why Shocky's been a friend of mine since before I started this show. When I first joined the groups in 2018, and I used to call people out on Jake Allen, right? Now you know why. Yep. 4-3 Blues. Druin and Dvorsky. Dvorsky with his 9th point. Linsing with his 2nd of the year. And here you go. All 3 of our number 1 picks from 3 years ago, Dvorsky, Lindstein, and Stenberg have all gotten points today. And let's use them the right way. You know, do we need 3? Do we need 3 guys? I'd be okay with it, but we don't need it. Right? For everybody who's sitting there saying that Armstrong's got, Armstrong's not going to be this address. Armstrong's the guy that picked it. But he's not the guy that did the scouting. He listened to the scouts. And the scouts. Oh, now that should have been goaltender interference. The scouts found the diamonds in the rough. I think Steen is going to trust those same scouts to find the diamond in the rough because Steen was part of that team that found Dvorsky, Lindstein, and Stenberg. Everybody forgets that. He was part of that team. He was scouting. He was the scout for that area. Say that again. When we drafted those three players, Alexander Steen was a scout, development assistant in that area for the Blues. Oh, that puck hit hard. If he could do that more often. That's where it hit the curved glass. Benny didn't even move. Oh, he put his glove up. But you see how casually he puts it up? Just casually raised his hand. Good's got ice in his veins, and we get pissed at him for it. Fans are a fickle bunch. Fickle bunch. That would have broke the old glass. Probably. I'm not a betting guy. I usually don't bet, but and again, here in Hawaii, we're not allowed to bet on FanDuel or any of that. But I'm wondering if for next season, because I know Justin kind of gets into it a little bit, if we can start a running total where every game we have to bet $10 and just keep a track of it. You know, how much money we're plus or minus. Well, what a period. The Blues get 3 goals that period. Or is it 4 goals? 3 goals that period to make it a 4-3 game. Go +2 that period. So as we're getting towards the end of the year, at one point, the Blues in the second period were -30. They're now -17. -17. They can get this if they can get it down to under minus 15, almost respectable, that would be great. They are minus in every. Oh, that's the Wild. Party. Wrong team. Hold it. Wild were plus 17. They dropped. They're now plus 15. The Blues. The Blues were minus 16. They are now minus 14. Right? And yes, I did have to count that on my fingers. In the first, they are minus 10. They are minus 11 now. And they are even in the third. So, that's where we are. Come on, help me out. Help me out, guys. Help me out. What a good period. The fact that they had 2 goals called back that period. 2 goals called back, both of them by the Blues. And not only that, I think the one goal that got called back, the first goal that called back may have set up every other goal. Right? And it's not the goal that called back. It was that Montgomery knew that something got missed, that the Blues should have gone back on the power play, and that changed the personnel on the ice. Think about this, right? So now the Blues go back on the power play, even though it's 6 seconds. The Minnesota Wild can't have their offense. They've got to go back to a defensive setup. And that's what helps out the Blues end up scoring the goal. This has a lot to do with changing the momentum of this. And then 27 seconds later, here we go. Buchnevich, is getting one in. So, there's a lot going on that you have to understand, right? Al McInnes. I love the statues, man. Miss them. Can't wait to get to see them again. Can't wait to get to see them again. Come on, guys. Help me out. I want to hear from you. Really hard to do this without you. Penguins and Flyers set to meet in the postseason. We got a battle of the Pennsylvania in the first round. I still think everybody, to sit there and say that the 1v8 would be better than what we're getting now. I so disagree with this. So disagree. What was the last game you were at? That was this season. It was the Vancouver game that they lost in the shootout. The shootout. I think they lost in the shootout. That was the 9th game of the season, 10th game of the season, something like that. Right? Back in November. Late October, early November. That was the latest I had stayed in St. Louis in a while. Normally I leave mid-October. Like this year, I'm leaving early October, mid-October, early to mid-October. Next season, though, not next season, next year, this is 26, 27, I'm going to try and make it a plan to be there for Veterans Day. Going to be hard. Got to make some things happen, but I want to be there for the Veterans Day game. I think that would be really important to me. I really need to be there for that. If I need to postpone my trip and not do as much fishing for that one, I might. Right? But then again, you never know. I could probably still work something out. The only thing is that year, I want to go back to Montana, and I can't go to Montana in late October, in October. It's got to be more in September. You're going in October. You're talking about the snow starting to come down. Yes. I seen that. Prongs with his book. His book was released today. This is his release day. I may have to order it. I haven't. And you know what? Here's the thing. I got Federico's book and I've never read it. Right? And I know I should. I don't read like I used to read. Oh man, I used to ferociously read, and I haven't in a long time. No issue with either one of those overturned goals. They were both offsides. It was good calls. Matt Lowe called one. I called the other. He has been promoting it hard, and I got no problem with that. You know, he does a lot of things. I also think he's got like an alcohol brand or something like that out there too. Right? I just don't like the front of his cover being him holding the cup in a Ducks jersey. Right? And I know he's connected to the Blues organization somehow. I know that. Excuse me. Oh, wow. This is cool. As of this moment right now, the Blues have scored 1,999 goals. 1,999. The next goal is the 2,000th goal of the season. Problem is they've given up 2,100. And they've given up almost 2,200. They've given up 2,199. Or no, they've given up 2,198. They have given up 2,198. Oh no, pardon me, that's shots. Belay that's shots. Belay that's shots. Goals, that's shots. That's shots. Never mind. Those numbers are completely wrong. Guy's an idiot. Guy's an idiot. Guy's an idiot. The Blues have scored, as of this moment, 216 goals and given up 246. Boy, am I an idiot. How did I see that so bad? Complete idiot. Complete idiot. Shots are 22-14 in favor of the Wild. They were 8-7 in favor of the Wild that period. 14-7 in the first. Overall, the Wild have the better numbers except on the scoreboard. They had 37 attempts for the Wild, and the Blues have 30 attempts. Wild have 19 hits. Blues have 9. Wild have 9 giveaways. Blues have 14. Wild have 2 takeaways. Blues have 3. Wild have blocked 5 shots. Blues have blocked 5 shots. And the Blues are winning the face-off battle, 22-15, 16, 58% to 42. That is so important. Last game I was at, you brought me to. Well, I'm glad I was able to do that for you, E. That was a pretty fun game. Other than me having a panic attack, which was nobody's fault but my own, and some other things. But, you know, it was a fun time. And you know what? Here's the thing, guys. To each and every one of you out there, when I do this, would I like this? Would I like this to blow up? Would I like there to be hundreds of people watching and me to have these sponsors and, you know, bringing in money and making money doing this and have media availability and be able to bring you better quality stuff? Abso-freaking-lutely, I would. 100%. Me and Justin both. 100%. We would love to be doing that for you. However, what this means to me more than anything else is how many of you I've gotten to go to or seen a game with. Right? That's what it comes down to. If you know me at all, I am one of the best friends you will ever have. I mean, there's very little things that someone could do to me to make me absolutely hate them. Like right now, there are only two people that have ever been on this show that I would not in a million years allow to be on this show again. Maybe 3. Everyone else, if they came to me and tried to make an amends, I probably would let them. I would give them the benefit of the doubt. Because that's who I am. That's absolutely who I am. I'm probably going to get burned for it. I'm probably going to get screwed over for it. But when it comes down to it, it's who I am. It's what I allow. And and if I'm lying, tell me. If you think I'm lying to you right now, you tell me. All right? And I'm asking. Unrelated, but after I was on with you, I found a video of our final project from the Sports Journalism 101 thing when I was like 16. Oh, that's cool. I'm talking about the show. I'm talking about friendship, Justin. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Tad Dieterman, Ryan Green, E. Guido, Jason Nichols, Jason McMillan, John Jeffrey, Aaron Nels, John Penner, E. Guido, Shannon Speaks, and John Hefner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, this is a great game. This ain't over. Justin, you pick a great game to go to. We see it, we hear it, and we feel it from you. It's cool. Thank you. He says you were right. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, it's who I am. And if that's a character flaw, if that's a fatal flaw in me, well, then I'll accept it. Right? I tend to see the good in people. I tend to see the good in people. Well, if it's fake, it's fake, Justin. Okay, bud? All right? If you don't like what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. It's what I'm talking about. I thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate this as I get good vibes only from you, and I appreciate that. And, you know, so like I said, yes, me and Justin want this show to blow up and be all of that. But that's not what I do this for. I do it for the friendships that I've earned. I do it for to meet Sister JJ on my birthday. For E, you know, the friendship with E, my friendship with Justin, my friendship with Hefner. I mean, how long that's gone. The Roland, what Roland did for me, how he was, how important he was. That's what this show means to me. That's why when I asked what's your favorite show this season? And I said, you know what, my favorite show was the very first one where I lost Roland, or we lost Roland, I shouldn't say I, and my friends, the people who knew what was going on, supported me. As hard as that show was to do, with all the emotion I had, they were there. And that's what's important. You know, the show where I got to see an old shipmate, my oldest shipmate. That's what this show means to me. That's why I do this show. Plain and simple. That's what it means. Right? That's what this show means to me. And if you, for those, some of you know why I started this show. Most of you don't. Right? But what this show started as to what it is now, I mean, I look at those older shows and just go, wow, how much have you grown? Right? How much have you grown? How much better you are at this? I could do the old stuff. I could go back and do some recorded stuff. I could. But it's not what I enjoy most. When I started doing the live, this is what I enjoyed. This is what I enjoyed. Absolutely. And I enjoy each and every one of you that comes on the show. Each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here on the Blue Note Fan Report with me. I appreciate you. Kelsey, are you ready for tomorrow? We have two special shows. Tomorrow we have Kelsey, and then on Thursday, I'm gonna actually try and get that show posted. The Thursday show posted today. We're gonna have the four of us: me, Justin, Ashley, and Lance. They're gonna be here for that fun show. Last show in Utah. I'm going to enjoy it. We'll be talking about the game. We'll be talking about the Blues' future. We'll be talking about, what we see. And it might be heated. I hope it's not, but it could be. And if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. I wish I was in St. Louis right now. Oh, that looks so beautiful. All right. No, Justin's comments were aimed at me, not you. Looking forward to the full Guy and Justin experience tomorrow. You're not the only one, John. You are not the only one. I've got my little camera, and I've been looking at getting some other gear. I'm hoping that Wednesday I can finally catch a peacock bass and have it on camera. Finally catch something at this lake that I, for the last 2 years, been going, not regularly, but been going to probably 10 times and haven't caught anything and allowed myself to mentally struggle with that. To finally say, you know what? I know I'm a better fisherman than I'm going to figure this out. I'm learning and I'm going to get better. That's what it's about for me. Here we go. Puck drop coming up. Puck drop. I would like to see that too. Dvorsky get a goal and have all three of them get a goal. The three 2023 first rounds get a goal in the same game. I'd love that. I think it's going to happen next year for sure. I say it happens 4 times next year. I'm going to work on some polls too for next season to put them in a group. Going to try and push the Hawaii STL Blues fan clan, try and get that go a little better. Maybe change it up. I think I'm going to change the name of it. Ooh, that's coming. That was a trip. Nothing you could do about that. That was an absolute trip. Neighbors. Oh, yeah, and it goes high and then it comes down low. Yeah. He wasn't happy about that, but nothing you can do there. I was a trip there, Jake. Finley on the penalty kill. Shorthanded. Oh, good save. Damn, good save. Good save. Good save. Offside. Now I'm looking at something real quick. I'm back. Sorry. Neighbors with 15. 5-3. That's how you make up for a penalty. Took him since February 2nd to get that goal, but way to go, Jake. Nice move, Jake. Oh, Bushnevy didn't even get it. Oh, he called post and skate. Neighbors called post and skate, and he definitely needed that. That was a beauty. I mean, it was being there, and the good thing is that Bushnevich got his stick in the way. They gave Bushnevich the secondary assist. I guess he touched it earlier. So I wasn't completely sure on that. Nothing I can do about that, E. It's just the way it works sometimes. But that's why I ask that no one says anything until I say it. All right. Four, 5. We're going on the penalty or power play. God, I can't spit it out. F me, I've seen that. I appreciate that, E. You do a good job, my friend. Hook. Could have been more than that. Oh, that had to, right in us, right in the, right. Oh, wow, that had to hurt. Oh, there's Pichard. Here's our buddy Pichard. See if we can get a power play goal. This is the Blues' 5th power play, and they don't have one yet. That's going to be like one of the biggest question marks. That's going to be like if you want to know, like we'll talk about this on Thursday, but the question marks for next season, and one of them right off the bat is going to be Holloway's contract, right? Because you're gonna give him a qualifying offer, but does somebody do an offer sheet on him, right? I mean, can they come to a mutual agreement? Can they bridge the gap if there is a gap? But how much does he earn? Where's it at? And what do you bring in free agents? Right? I mean, you brought Suter in, and I think you brought one other person in, but that guy got let go. But they brought somebody else in at the beginning of the season, and I can't remember who it was. I know we let him go. Who was the other guy we brought in with Suter? I think we ended up letting his contract go. I know we let Texier go, but there was one other person. I think he got claimed. I think he's one of the guys that got claimed. Oh, Holloway just missed. Bukestad. Yeah. Bukestad. Yeah. Right. Well, another missed power play. 0 for 4, 7 shots. $13:05 to go. I got to put that down so I can see it a little better. Oh, nice little back pass there. Thanks, Matt Lowe. I couldn't remember Big said. I knew it. Name. I'm pretty sure we waived him. I can't remember if he got picked up or we terminated his contract. I think he got picked up. I know two guys we terminated contracts. We terminated Texier's contract. We terminated Joseph's contract. Both of them signed elsewhere. All right. I think New Jersey claimed him. May have been. May have been. I can't remember. I have to look it up. I'm looking. Got to give me a moment. Bukestad. Yeah, he's on New Jersey, and I think he was claimed. I have to look. I'm looking it up. Oh no, he was traded. We traded him to New Jersey for a 4th round pick. He was traded. I've been trying to get that guy on the show for a while. Oh, he's retiring now. I got to get him on the show now. Well, congratulations, Jim Smukey, on your retirement. Oh, good shot by almost. You're going to see some. I think you're going to see some urgency from Minnesota here shortly. Oh, that wasn't a good clear. Keep in. Yeah, Blues going on. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I'm reading it now. Yeah. I see what somebody sent me. Now I get to the section I am not so excited to talk about. Compete. At his best, Gavin McKenna can bring a great deal of effort to offensive chances on neutral ice. However, despite some solid penalty kill shifts, I was unimpressed with his effort away from the puck. As it is common with highly skilled players, the defensive aspect of McKenna's game are not strong, and his effort on defense can be lackluster at best. There are some weak defensive points in shifts, and even in the WHL playoffs that I watched was cringed at. Though I mention all of these defensive shortcomings to be careful not to overact to this information, I really don't care. McKenna's solid enough effort on offense and great anticipation to counter his okay speed already makes him a monster, and I'm not concerned that McKenna doesn't back check perfectly or shies away from contact along the boards on a couple of plays. That's the exact same thing that everyone complains about with Kyrou. Who won the Philly game? I do not know. I will tell you in a moment. I will tell you in a moment. I'm doing a refresh to be fresh. They didn't play today. They did not. Oh, no, they did. Flyers beat the Hurricanes in a shootout. Stars over the Leafs 6-5. Panthers over the Rangers 3-2. Lightning clipped the Red Wings 4-3 in OT. That's good for us. Got a point, but it's still good for us. Sharks are up 2-1 on the Preds with 2:05 to go. The Avalanche and the Oilers are scoreless as the second period gets ready to begin. Kings are up 2-0 on the Kraken. And with 8:32 to go in the first, the Jets and the Knights are scoreless. There you go. Oh, my goodness. Glad we get to see Tarasenko today. I got a question. Would you bring Tarasenko back for $2.5 million for 2 years? 2.5 a year for 2 years. Would you bring him back? I would. I give him a modified no trade. And yes, I have a soft spot for Tarasenko. But think what he could do for our power play, how we could spin, and what he could do on our power play. I got to use the restroom again. I'm sorry. Gallbladder problems today. I think he would come back. I really do. I think a lot to me was made to be due about nothing. Loose puck. There we go. Oh, Holloway just missed. they've got an AHL team out there almost. Ah, come all the way out of the zone. Well, 5:38 to go. I always want the Blues to be better than 500 every year, no matter what. I want to be better than 500, and if they win this one, they should be that they will be they will at least be 500. Yeah, they have 80 point. They'll have if they win this one, they'll have 82 and guaranteed to be at least 500. And that means that only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams will be under 500, maybe even less than that for the year. It's a weird thing with the ties that you would have that the majority of teams are above a 500 points percentage. It's not a bad point. He is aging, but I don't know what with the injuries. But I still think he can help out. He can do his job. I don't think that was the first year Revo was gone. I think it was the second year. I can look at something here real quick for you. I don't think you're completely right with that. I know you're partially right, but I don't think you're completely right. Yes, you are not right with that. So we traded him in 2017 to the 17-18 season. We won the cup the year after that. And the reason I knew that was because we won the cup Robert Thomas's first season, and he didn't play the year after he was drafted. He played the second year they brought him up. So he played a year in the queue. He played with the London Knights for a year before they brought him to St. Louis. So that's why I knew that wasn't a true statement there, John. And I also knew that Robert Thomas was drafted the same year we got Clem Costin, and it was Costin who we traded to get Revo, who we traded to get Costin. There you go. I have a feel, yeah. They're kind of acting like this is Bennington's last game, too. Well, the next one will be. Look at Robert Thomas. He was so drunk. Oh, wow. What a picture right there. Yeah, this is the last game on the Bally Sports, Fox Sports, FanDuel Network. This is it. They're shutting down, and they haven't been bought yet. And Tarasenko right there. Good play by him. That's how you put an empty netter in. Wow. Oh, yeah, if he would have sent that back to Hofer. That's 19. He only needs one more. In front of his dad. Pop will be there tomorrow, I'm sure. No. The games are on ESPN, bud. This is the last game that they're showing. The games are on ESPN. They're not shutting down till after the playoffs, but the last two games of the season are on ESPN. Six goals tonight. Snuggerud with 2 points. Where are the points at? For the Blues. Thomas, 2 points. Snuggerud, 2 points. Bushnevich, 2 points. Everybody else got one. Torpachenko, Fowler, Thomas, Kairu, Thinberg, Lindstein, Dvorsky. Oh, I got that wrong. I looked at the wrong number. So the only one that's got 2 points, pardon me, I looked at the pluses, I think. The only one that's got 2 points is Snuggerud. I was looking at the pluses, so I apologize about that. .141 to go. They will not pull the goalie again, but it'd be nice if they did. They literally still showed an ad for it in the break. I don't know what they showed the ad for. Future looks good. Yeah, it does. Oh, the Blues on FanDuel Sports Network. Yeah. Still playing hard, not letting Minnesota. This is a good game for the Blues tonight. They face some adversity and were able to come out of it. Nice shot. And that is the winner. Bring out Jim Samuki and his Zamboni for the next to last time, hopefully the next to last time, in the Enterprise Center as the Blues defeat the Minnesota Wild 6-3. They get goals from Parayko, Stenberg, Bushnavid, Linstein, Neighbors, and Snuggerud. Da-da-da. Raise your sticks to the Blues fans. Raise them up high. Three stars of the game. I'm going to go with my number 3 star. I'm going to go with number 3 star being Lindstein, or being Dvorsky. My number 2 star being Lindstein, and my number 1 star being Jimmy Snuggerud, the rookie. I almost went with the 3 first-round draft picks, but actually I'm going to change that. I'm going to take Dvorsky off and go with Stenberg. Lindstein 3, Stenberg 2. Those are my 3 stars. Let's see what they do. Let's see how the media calls it out. Here are the 3 stars of the game.
Tonight's game. Tonight's third star, scoring 1 goal, his 15th of the season, playing in the forward for the Blues, number 63.
Got that one wrong.
Neighbors.
Wrong with that one.
Tonight's second star, scoring his 18th goal of the season and 200th
Oh,
career goal.
got it completely
And a forward
wrong.
for the Blues, number 89, Pavel Buchnevich. And tonight's first star with 1 goal, his 4th of the season, and a scrap on defense for the Blues.
Oh, wow, I got all 3 of them wrong.
Tarasenko.
Wow, I got all 3 of them wrong.
Well, Colton, you got to love it when Jim Calhoun says, and a scrap. So you had the goal, you had the fight. Were you thinking about the possible Gordie Howe hat trick?
No, a couple guys mentioned it, but no, just wanted to keep playing my game, keep it simple.
All right, you said the other day that every time you put this jersey on, you have so much respect for the logo on the front of this sweater that you're always going to be out here ready to play. How important was it that you guys show up in front of the fans here tonight?
I mean, look at this. Every night it's sold out. It's incredible. Such a great sports city. I love it here. Such amazing people.
I'm not going anywhere. Don't try and trade me again.
Thank you. It's easy to come here and play because of these guys. So we appreciate it.
I got to ask you about Theo Lindstein. He gets a goal here tonight. He almost had another one. He was open back door, almost scored his 2nd of the game, but you've been playing with him. How much growth have you seen from him?
Oh, he's a tremendous player. Had the chance to play with him in the.
No, that's about as far as I can go with that before I get in trouble. Thank you all for watching the Blue Note Fan Report tonight. We got 2 shows left. The next show is with Kelsey Mack. Kelsey McNamara is going to join us. Me and Justin, as we'll do the game tomorrow against Pittsburgh, and then the last game of the season. This is the special request show. This is the show that you guys requested. Me and Justin being joined by Ashley Jones, Ashley Slaps Out Jones, and Lance the Drop the Scott. I look forward to that. It should be a fun one. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for watching the Blue Note Fan Report. This is Guy saying I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you, and you got to know that I'm bleeding blue with you. And like Justin always says, and as Justin says, as always, let's go Blues.
What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
I want to know who's late for dinner. Oh, boys, where you at, boys?
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Blue Note Fan Report at ESPN Game. That means we're your only pregame show. Check us out. Tell your friends about the Blue Note Fan Report.